We buy a lot of these shares on non-U.S. markets as well.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You can buy all of these things on the U.S. market through something called an ADR.
Correct.
Explain
An
that.
American Depository Receipt is the shares theoretically are deposited in an investment bank that reissues a share on the New York Stock
Called an
Exchange.
ADR.
Yeah.
So it's effectively supposed to be a direct translation of
And
a
it
share.
is. So, a lot of U.S. investors are more comfortable with the New York Stock Exchange. I happen to believe that the best platform to purchase and hold shares is in the Swiss closely held private banks.
Right.
I work a lot with Pictet, but there are other closely held banks, Julius Baer, and what they are is they're nothing other than platforms that have no credit risk, because they're institutions that do not have a loan portfolio or a trading desk.
Right.
But they have excellent access to alternative currencies as well as exchanges.
Right. So so in a Swiss bank such as Pictet,
Right.
you
Closely
have the
held
capacity.
Swiss private banks. is the
Closely held
tag.
Swiss private bank,
Correct.
like Pictet, then you have the capacity to have a multi-currency account. You can have Swiss francs, you can have yen, you can have euros, you can have dollars.
Australian
no problem.
dollar, Norwegian
Very
krona.
easy. Virtually impossible in a U.S. bank or brokerage.
Yeah, the retail platform in the United States does not allow for that kind of access.
And then they also can buy the shares of, for example, Petrobras and Itaú on their own exchange.
Well, in Brazil, it's a tricky situation. There's some loops we have to jump through in order to buy on the Bovespa, on the Brazilian exchange. But most of the equities that we purchase are not just listed on New York.
Okay.
They're also listed on other exchanges.
Right.
And China is a very exciting market, and we like to increasingly purchase our exposure to Chinese equities in the red shares on the Hong Kong exchange.
Right.
So I also expect to see a lot more access directly to Shanghai, China, mainland China's principal stock exchange in the very near future. So this is, in my mind, the correct platform. Back to Brazil, there's one other sector I'd like to talk about, which is materials.
Okay. The raw materials, the
absolutely.
actual things you make things up of.
And I mean, there's one sterling institution which is called Vale, V-A-L-E.
Vale.
That is also the ticker.
V-A-L-E.
They are the world's largest producer of iron ore, which is the raw material that makes steel.
Right.
There's a dramatic change in the way that iron ore is being priced as a result of changes in the spot markets. What it means is the price is going up.
Right.
And it's an oligopoly. There are only three primary producers. There are several producers, but there's three that dominate the market.
The global market?
Yeah, and Vale's the biggest of them.
Wow.
It also happens to be a company that's really the symbol of corporate prestige in Brazil. You have to be in that environment in order to sense that, but the federal university system in Brazil pumps out the best and the brightest. They're the Harvards of the United States, and guess where they go to work?
Vale.
Yeah. The three companies I'm naming, but Vale is really an extraordinary institution. So I think that that's one of the most exciting sectors.
Yeah.
There's no reason why it won't grow and that the pricing in that won't increase. And Vale is just a market leader in it. One of the main reasons why there's such a dramatic increase in the demand for steel and iron ores, the infrastructure plans that China has outlaid.
Right, sure.
So these are very conservative investments, and they are growth investments. You will appreciate your capital. The role I play as an investment advisor is I just make sure, which is why I'm independent. I don't have any interest. I charge a fee-based fee. I don't recommend clients buy any kind of structured products or investment products or managed accounts or mutual funds.
For some reasons I'd actually like to go into at some point.
Right. So, that's the idea is to build positions, buy on dips, build positions in these equities, and the risk lies in letting greed or fear drive your investment decisions.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so you mentioned China. I'd like to take a whole section on China, and let's do that next time.
Great.
So thanks again for coming. If you'd like to also see Ben's blog, next to this video you will see a link to Ben's blog at crinvestmentadvisors.com. That's correct?
/blog.
So thank you, and we will see you next time on The Mind of Money.